presentation. The Gonzaga Bulldogs take on the Toledo Rockets. Gonzaga basketball starts right now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for some more Gonzaga basketball. The men on Friday night. It is the women this beautiful Sunday afternoon, and what a matchup it is. Welcome to the McCarthy Athletic Center. You're inside the kennel today as Toledo, the Rockets out of the Mid-American Conference, the MAC, on the road to take on the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Welcome courtside. Great to see everyone again. Greg Heister, Michelle Clark. And I tell you what, Lisa Fortier and her staff have put together a schedule that is going to prepare this team for big-time stuff down the road.
Yes, absolutely big-time stuff. I mean, you start out with the Grizz on the road, and then you follow that up with the Cougs on the road, and then you come home to a very good team in Toledo. Yes, and obviously Gonzaga's been good for a long time now. This is a program that's living in the NCAA tournament in March. They've got great players. Let's talk about Kaylin Trong. Kaylin Trong, after her sister went out last year, she really stepped up her game and became that team player that Gonzaga needed to see. And she's continued that into this season already. 14 points in the fourth quarter to pull away from Montana. A buzzer beater three-pointer to take them into overtime against WSU. She really has created herself as a dangerous player on this Gonzaga team that's going to give Toledo a run for their money. So much fun to watch. For Toledo, a team that was in the NCAA tournament last year, they bring all 5 starters back. Quenisha Lockett leads them. Yes, all 5 starters. That's tough to reckon with, right? And Quenisha Lockett runs the floor with this team. She's coming off of 24 huge points in the first round upset against Iowa State, a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. She's already hit her 2,000 career points against James Madison this year. She is building on this legacy, and you better believe she's going to come in here on the road in the McCarthy Athletic Center and try to get her team to get a W. Oh, and a tremendous matchup this afternoon at McCarthy Athletic Center. You're not going to want to miss this. We'll get you today's starting lineups. The Toledo Rockets out of the MAC on the road to take on the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Starting lineups, the tip-off when we come back. For the Zags and the Rockets of Toledo, Greg Heister, Michelle Clark. Today's starting lineups brought to you by Numerica Credit Union. Money answers for people who know Gonzaga does, in fact, exist. Plus, show your Bulldog pride with your Zags debit card offered only at Numerica, federally insured by NCUA. It'll be the Trong twins starting for Gonzaga, along with Eliza Hollingsworth, Yvonne Ejim at 17.5 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, and the sharpshooting Brenna Maxwell will also play guard. And for Toledo, you got Sophia Wired, Quenisha Lockett, who we've talked about, Kara Goss, Sammy McCanowitz, and Hannah Novorosky. All right, let's go to A.J. Howell's going to help us set up the game. Hi, A.J.
Hey, Greg, as you guys said earlier, both of these teams have so much experience on their rosters. Head coach Lisa Fortier said she went in the locker room and just read the roster of Toledo off to the Zags and said, guys, that's us. She said this will be one of their biggest tests so far this season. They have the least amount of wiggle room that they've had so far. Greg?
Thank you, A.J. This is a test. You may not have heard of Toledo, but Michelle knows. She's already told me when I arrived here an hour and a half ago, this is going to be a really good game. Anytime you get a team to the tournament and you return all 5 starters, you got to test. You got to test, yep. And when you match up so well, just like AJ said, it's going to be a game of possessions, Greg, right? The team that gets the most quality possessions, there's one limited possession there by Toledo. Great defensive play by Gonzaga. And you saw the double team come right away to Novorosky, and it was Yvonne Ejim on the backside taking the ball away, and Yvonne going to work now. Quickness. Bucket goes. And that's what she's going to need to do against Novorosky, because she can get her on the dribble. Yvonne Ejim is quicker. She can take her off the dribble. She needs to do that all game long. Yeah, this is going to be exciting to watch. Lockett, Kaylin Trong, great matchups on the inside. Brenna Maxwell, to me, is a key to the season. They've got to get her going. Yeah, absolutely. She's a great shooter. She kind of, she provides that extra oomph that the Zags need offensively, but they got to get her going early. Feed to the post. Zags defense is there. This is Goss going to work. Maxwell with the defense. Takes the ball away. Trong now with it.
Great early defensive plays there, both possessions by Gonzaga.
Just so you can keep it straight, Kaylin Trong, number 14 with the ball now. Kaylee Trong, number 11 with the ball now. There'll be a quiz here soon. Hollingsworth with a catch from Ejim. Good defense there by the Rockets. 5 on the shot clock. Yvonne, and her second field goal.
Hey, and what did I say, right? The advantage when they're so evenly matched, both of these teams, but I think the real advantage is on the inside play, the post play for Gonzaga, because they're just more agile. They can do just what we saw there by Ejim, that outside jumper.
The Rockets will work it around. And now Wired will back it out. 8 on the shot clock. Kaylin Trong there defensively, staying right with her. Wired to the glass. Novorosky the rebound. Putback won't go. Cleared by Maxwell.
Those second chance points are what Gonzaga is going to need to be aware of and not allow Toledo to get those second chance looks offensively.
This is Kaylee. Yvonne Ejim, skip. Maxwell, there's a 3 attempt. Bang!
Hey, there's her early look, Greg. You called it. You wanted to see her get going early, and there's her early look for the Zags.
Coming in, she had only hit 2 of 9. I'm not so bothered by the 2. I'm bothered by the fact she's only had 9 attempts.
Yes,
right?
yes. She's a player who should have more attempts than that.
She shot 48.1% from behind that three-point line a year ago. That shot for 3 by McConowitz does not go. Rebound is out of play off of a Zag. There's Maxwell. 94.9% from the free throw line. There isn't statistically a better shooter in the country.
No, there really isn't. Her fundamentals are so sound. And you know what? She's a player who's going to take a good shot, right? Like, she's going to make sure that she takes a quality looking shot.
Shot from that corner way off by Wired. Gonzaga with another rebound. And off to a 7-0 start.
I like the sound defensive start by the Zags. You can tell they are locked and loaded defensively.
Ejim the catch, missed it, but a foul called and free throws coming. And let's be honest, Gonzaga thought they should have won that game the other night at Pullman. They didn't come out of there with a victory. I'm sure they're going to take it out on Toledo today.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I mean, that WSU game, they had players in foul trouble. They gave themselves every opportunity to win that game, but you better believe they got a fire underneath them to try to get this W, especially on their home court.
Ejim off to a great start. That's her 5th point. 2 of 2 from the floor. And now 2 of 2 from the line. 9-0 Gonzaga.
The Zags showing an early little 2-3 press here. See how Toledo handles the pressure, and it looks like they weren't really ready for it.
Yeah, that was off the hands of Lockett. Chance for Gonzaga. Kaylee Trong, transition 3. Hollingsworth battles for the rebound, but here comes Sophia Wired, number 2. Leaves it for Garcia. Nan Garcia's just checked in.
And Garcia can hit that 3 from the outside there. She is a shooter.
Transferred from Penn State, now in her senior season out of Jeffersonville, Indiana. Foul called there on Eliza Hollingsworth. Sorry, partner. Her first team's first.
Oh, you're good. It just seems like the Zags have control of this game so far, defensively and offensively.
And Trong took it away from Lockett. Kaylin. Hollingsworth looking for high-low. Ejim the catch. Ward there defensively. Yvonne backs it out. And a reset for Gonzaga. Kaylin hunting a shot. 10 on the shot clock. Skip to the corner. Kaylee. Baseline jumper. A little extra roll goes.
I love the patience offensively for the Zags. They're getting looks inside, but they're not in a hurry. They're moving the ball around. That was a great possession there.
This is a Toledo team that got to the NCAA tournament last year for the first time since 2017. Won their opening round game against Iowa State. Won the MAC. Preseason favorites to win it again. Nice play by Lockett to keep it alive. That shot for 3 is long from Kara Goss. And Ejim very active for Gonzaga to begin. Kaylin Hollingsworth wanting the ball. Maxwell to the post. Ward fronted the post, took it away, threw it off of Egypt, got it back. And now the home run pass. Goss on the run out, and the first bucket for Toledo. And at the other end, Kaylee Trong from her sister.
And the Zags right back and say, hey, we can play this sprint out game too.
And right now, Toledo saying to themselves, look, we knew Gonzaga was good. We didn't think they were off to a 13 to start good, but man, what a start for the Zags. Rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotels than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. Partner?
Keys to the game, Greg, it's defense, right? We've seen it early on. The guard play, limiting the touches of Lockett already. They've done such a phenomenal job of making her handle the ball and pass it and not having a wide open look. They got to limit those second chance shots. And then the 50-50 balls. That's a big one when you come up against a team that's so evenly matched. Who wants it more? Who's going to get the rebounds? Who's going to get the steals and those open looks? Right now, it looks like Gonzaga.
Kelly Stokes and Maud Hybens on the floor right now for GU. Tell you what, Toledo is shell-shocked. I think it's the speed of Gonzaga, and it's the ability to defend. I think right now Toledo's 1 of 7 to start. Gonzaga's forced 3 turnovers.
Yeah, defensively, the Zags are just dialed in right from the very beginning. You can tell they read their scouting report, and they're executing it right now.
Garcia with the handle, but then the offensive foul. Did she hook her? Yes.
Yeah, she got her arm looped around. I mean, that's an automatic foul.
Nan over to the bench. And number 34, Jessica Cook, a junior from Clay, New York, checks in.
But you know, we were saying at break, Greg, this Toledo team, they are used to playing in front of 5,000, 6,000 fans, so this is normal for them, but it's still hard to do when you're on the road.
Yeah, I don't think, honestly, it's the size of the crowd. I think it's the speed of Gonzaga that's giving them fits right now. And that high-low game pretty good, too.
Yeah, in the post agility, right? That's where it's won right there. They're matched, but in the post area for Gonzaga, they've got more agility post players who can step out, who can maneuver around, where Toledo just doesn't have that presence inside.
Hybens with her first bucket. Ejim with 2 assists already. Shot for 3. That one's way off by Yanaya Curry, number 24. Kaylee Trong looking to the post. Here's Egypt. She turns on Cook and then just shoots over her. Egypt with 8 points. She's perfect, 3 for 3.
It's case in point right there, right? I mean, Egypt's a hard player to defend to begin with, but the fact that she can take you out the dribble and shoot a nice little stroke jumper like that is hard to defend.
Wired. Hanging from the elbow. 17-4. Kaylee Trong. Boy, she pinned the foul on Goss there.
Those ball handling skills. I mean, how
good.
Even a good defender can't defend that. She's just so smooth with the basketball moving in her hands.
Naya Ojukwu is checking in for Gonzaga, 6'1" freshman from Meridian, Idaho, number 13. Yvonne Ejim goes out. Maxwell off the catch. Quick release. Let's go to A.J. Howell. She's got more on Naya Ojukwu.
Yeah, Greg, this is another transfer from Utah that made her way to Spokane, Washington. We're familiar with grad transfer Brenna Maxwell. Now, Naya didn't get the same reps there at Utah. She's younger, obviously, but head coach Lisa Fortier was really praising her, saying, you know, she's not quite like Yvonne Ejim. She's not quite like Maud Hybens, and went on to, you know, list other players, but said she has a little bit of each of them and also brings her own thing. She's physical, dynamic, athletic, and really strong. Greg.
Thanks, AJ. And if she can defend, she's going to find her way on the floor.
Yes.
Right?
If anybody on this Gonzaga team or anybody wanting to come into this Gonzaga team, if they can defend, they will find their way onto the floor.
Because there's always going to be offense.
Yes.
Right? And it's hard to set yourself apart when you come to a team that is so set in their ways offensively and so established recruiting those types of players.
Yep.
If you can come here and defend, you'll play.
Yep.
Free throws by Emmy Renat.
And you see Toledo says, hey, we got to change it up here, giving them a little full court pressure here to see if they can switch this game up a bit for themselves in their favor.
And they're like the Zags. They're veteran. As Hyman's got inside, she'll shoot free throws. They will not get flustered, regardless of the lead or even if it expands. They'll continue to battle.
Yep, Gonzaga doing a great job of breaking that press there, moving it through the middle, finding themselves at the free throw line. That's exactly how you want to do that.
Maud Hybens played 12 games last season, battled through injuries, averaging about 5 points, 4 rebounds a game this year. Transfers from Syracuse and from the Netherlands. Good size at 6'3", junior. Maud with 3 points. And again, some pressure by Gonzaga. Good job by the Rockets. Lockett got all the way in, missed it. And the rebound is good by Novoroski. 21-8.
You see Lockett kind of coming alive there on that press, breaking it nice and easy. She missed that little bunny, but she had a teammate there to put it back.
She's got rockets in her feet, is what she's got.
Yeah, she does.
Hyman's handoff, Kaylin Trong. 20 points a game for Kaylin. 4 on the shot clock. Battle for the ball. Is that Kaylin or Kaylee? That was Kaylin Trong.
But really that was set up by Stokes, kind of diving in there to push the ball to her on that rebound.
That falls off the rim by Novoroski.
And those are ones that right now Toledo cannot afford to miss.
They're 3 of 13 to start the game. Lockett's got a shoestring that's loose over there on her left foot. Got to be careful. Did that touch a Rocket? It did. Renaud. So possession stays with GU. 10 on the shot clock.
You know, the defense for both of these teams, Gonzaga's just got a little bit more intensity defensively. The Rockets are kind of just letting the Zags pass the ball around with very little pressure.
Kay Lee was fouled. I believe that's Lockett down there.
It's great recognition by Kaylee, seeing that baseline and Lockett kind of out of position and, you know, asking her to draw the foul there and sending one of their best players to the bench.
Kaylee Trong only played 10 games last season. She's on the preseason All West Coast Conference list along with her sister. She too is a dead eye from behind that three-point line. 43% on the season.
Yeah, the Zags are going to have to recruit another twin duo after we lose the Trongs.
It's been fruitful for Gonzaga over the last decade, hasn't it?
It sure has.
Little give and go. Wired is fouled. I believe it was on Stokes. It is on Callie Stokes. There is a good look at Tricia Cullip in her 16th season. Led her team to an 11th MAC title a year ago. And as I said, the first time in the NCAA tournament since 2017. Zags take it away. Stokes has her pass rejected. Out on top. And now a chance for the run out. And it's good by Kara Goss. Good anticipation. That's how Toledo gets back in the game.
Yeah, that's exactly how they get back in the game. Anticipating those long passes. You see they're kind of falling back into a bit of a zone. So they're making Gonzaga have to make those cross-court passes.
Zags with 2 turnovers. Under a minute to play in this opening quarter. Kaylee Trong. A lot of dribble. Back to her sister Kaylin. 12 on the shot clock. 3 on the way. Long. And this will be a foul on GU as Sammy McConowitz was knocked to the floor. And it's on Ojukwu. That's her first. That's 4 on GU. 40 seconds to play, quarter 1. Wired all the way in. Ball never got stopped. Easy 2 for Toledo.
Yeah, beautiful job by Wired. Just continued to pursue straight to the rim. Nobody from Gonzaga stepping over to take that charge or at least put a hand in her face. That was an easy bunny for her.
And now Gonzaga will play for 1. Kaylee Trong with the basketball. Her sister's in that deep corner. Here's the drive. The scoop!
Wow.
Crafty.
That's a fifth-year senior move right there.
And
against the biggest body on the court.
That was fantastic. Shot at the horn is short. Gonzaga leads at 27-12. Great start by GU. They opened 10 of 14 shooting, 71%. 8 rebounds to just 6 for Toledo. The Rockets shot 33% in the opening frame. Second quarter when we come back. Brought to you by Arby's, your delicious neighborhood meat crafter. Stop by Arby's today. Arby's, we have the meats. And we've got a whale of a basketball team here at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga, look, they're only, 8, 9 quarters into the season. They haven't played a better one than we just saw.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Everybody touching the ball. Just defensively, it started there in the first possession of the game. Just totally running the game plan, handling the basketball. Really, Gonzaga getting whatever they want so far.
They forced Toledo into 5 turnovers and an offensive foul away from the ball. Is that, I believe, was that on Ejim or was it on Little? It's on Esther Little.
You know, you better believe Toledo's going to come back, though, with a little bit of a vengeance here. See Lockett trying to get going.
Ball tipped out of play by Nan Garcia. So Gonzaga ball.
I mean, Gonzaga shot 10 of 14 in that first quarter, 71%. Toledo 33%, 5 of 15. Probably their worst shooting night in a while for this team.
Hollingsworth, nice catch. Little traveled. Moved her feet before she caught it. Right now, Toledo's thinking to themselves, look, the MAC is pretty good, but we're not sure what life would be like in the West Coast Conference.
Yeah, you got to run. You got to run a lot.
You got to get up and down. None of this half-court stuff. Wired. She kept her dribble somehow. And then the drive, threw it out of play. She looks at the officials like, are you kidding?
You know, I was a great no call by the officials, in my opinion. To be honest, she was kind of dribbling out of control. She did a great job keeping her dribble alive. But Kaylin or Kaylee, I don't remember which one it was. She kind of just put her arms up and moved out, and that's a great no call.
6 turnovers now for Toledo. Little to the post. Threw a rising fastball to Eliza Hollingsworth.
This is where, as a teammate, you know, Little, she's coming in and trying to create some. That's 3 turnovers on her in the last 3 possessions. It's like, take a deep breath, settle down, make the smart play, not the big play.
I think she was still upset about the last foul call because that ball had some zip on it.
It sure did.
Free throws coming for Toledo. Foul called on Yvonne Ejim. And that is her first. That's the one area that I know that coaching staff, they can ill afford Yvonne to get into foul trouble really in any game this season.
No game this season. Yvonne is such an integral part in this team and everything that she brings. I mean, her perimeter game, her inside play, her ability to run, and her ability to defend the bigs down low.
Yeah. She's a tough matchup for a lot of teams because of her athleticism.
Yep.
And the fact that she's 6'3". She's a legit post.
Who runs like a guard and moves like a guard.
Yes. Isn't that true? Maxwell to the post. There's Ejim. Squares on Ward. Quick rise. Missed it. Chance for the Rockets. Wired thought about the 3. Maxwell over there with a hand up. A lot of time. 12 on the shot clock. Here's Garcia. Fake the corner pass, shoot the 3. Nan Garcia from downtown.
And they will create plays just like that for Garcia because she can stroke it from the outside. That was a great job on her part. Little pass fake, composed herself, and knocked down the 3.
Came in 2 of 8 on the season. Kaylee Trong. And now Toledo sensing a bit of a momentum change. They've got it to 10. Hollingsworth, big offensive board. Maxwell, quick 3 off the front of the rim. Egypt, the board and the foul. And a chance for 3.
Big play by Egypt inside there, getting the rebound, going back up, drawing the foul, and making the bucket, trying to make a 3-point play here for the Zags.
Egypt already into double digits now with 10 points, 3 rebounds. And she's a perfect 2 of 2 from the line. You know, I think the fact with Kaylin Trong winning the West Coast Conference Player of the Year award, the fact that she did it with Yvonne Ejim on her same team and they didn't split votes.
I know.
Right? Tells you how dominant Kaylin must have been.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a tough teammate to try to beat out for that award.
Yes. Good fake. Shot was off by Goss, but a long rebound came out to McConowitz, and another chance for the Rockets. Lockett, jump shot. She's off to a tough start now, 0 for 3. AJ Howell, you got more about the awards. Tell us about it.
Yeah, a little bit, Greg. So right now the Zags have 3 players. That's Kaylin Trong, Brenna Maxwell, on the Becky Hammond Player of the Year award list. Now, 3 players is not only the most of any school. They're the only school that has more than 1. It's the most of any team in history, all on the same list. Head coach Lisa Fortier said that's obviously great and those players deserve it, but it's so great for the national recognition for the Gonzaga women's program as well.
Thanks, AJ. And it is an indication of where this program is right now.
It is an indication, and you know who else is up for those awards is Lockett for Toledo. But the difference is the Zags have a culmination of players up for the award as opposed to 1.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that on display right now.
And Yvonne Ejim has been a beast on the boards. Her 4th rebound, 13 points, 6:19 to play in the first half. The Zags have extended the lead back out to 15. Back in a moment. 17, but as AJ Howell is going to tell us, this lead may not be safe against this Rocket Club.
Yeah, you're so right, Greg. I was talking with Lisa Fortier, and she was saying that, you know, their last game, they came back from a 21-point deficit. I mentioned that, and she was quick to tell me that's nothing new. They've done that many times this season. They're no stranger to a comeback, and the Zags really have to be careful to watch out for that, as we've seen here.
And that is always, thank you, AJ, that is always the problem with early leads in games because nothing's safe. I don't care if it's a 25-point lead.
Yep.
We've seen all of those shrink in college
Absolutely.
basketball.
And teams that are well matched with great athletes, momentum can turn just like that, right? If Lockett gets going and another teammate gets going and all of a sudden the ball starts rolling, they do just like they did against James Madison and come back from a 21-point deficit.
Lockett got deep there. Shot off by Kaylin Trong, and Lockett's got it again. She's got wired with her. Ball tapped away. And this is off of Zag, so possession remains with Toledo.
And that's Kaylee right there from behind, you know, tapping that basketball. Just court awareness, basketball IQ to know she's going to, you know, cross that ball over to her right hand. Could have been an easy 2.
Lockett off the front of the rim. That last field goal, her first of the game. She's now 1 of 5. And an offensive foul on GU is Maud Hybens. Set the screen too hard, and it may have caught Jessica Cook. She's kind of walking down the floor, checking her front teeth. Zags don't mind a physical game, do they? Like, we learned that last week down in Pullman.
Yeah, they're used to that physicality. The big WSU Cougars, they were bouncing back and forth between the 2 of them. Very physical game.
Wired will drive, hang off the glass. Oh! Offensive foul is called. Is that Brenna Maxwell in there that took it?
That was Maxwell, and wow, what a big stop. That could have been a momentum shift, you know, for Toledo, but Maxwell just getting in there, getting her feet set and taking it straight in the chest.
On the offensive end, Brenna Maxwell does not spend much time in the inside, but we've seen her make a few plays defensively early in this game.
Yep.
Kaylee Trong. Here's Hybens looking high-low. Hollingsworth the catch. As Lockett got matched up inside and Hollingsworth took advantage.
Yeah, great recognition by the Zag to see the mismatch with Lockett inside and taking advantage of it.
Here's Lockett, explosion to the rim. Pins the foul on a Zag and she'll shoot free throws.
You know what? I'd say great play by Lockett right there. Hey, nothing's really going. Get yourself to the free throw line, and she did just that. Lowered her shoulder a little bit, but drew the foul, and now she's going to try to get warmed up at that free throw stripe.
Foul number 1 on Kaylee Trong. That is 8 on GU. Preseason first team All-MAC. Of course, she's the reigning player of the year in the Mid-American Conference. Is Quenisha Lockett.
Yeah, we've yet to see her get going and display her true abilities in this game.
Hits the front end. One or two. Ivins picks up the loose ball. Zags up by 14. If you're Toledo, you're going to try to get that to single digits before half. If you're Gonzaga, what's the message from Lisa Fortier right
If you're Gonzaga, hey, go back to exactly how you started. Punching that ball inside, getting that inside-out game going.
You say it, there's the response. Loose ball. Foul on the floor. This will go against a Rocket. And I don't believe Sammy McConowitz agrees.
Gonzaga hit a few good outside shots early, but they've gotten kind of cold from the outside. They need to get it back inside. Yvonne Ejim just like that.
Boy, somehow that dribble did not touch the end line. 2 more for Ejim.
It looked like it was going out to me, Greg, but somehow Ejim brought it back in.
Goss. There's Lockett to the post, poked away by Hybens. Race to the corner. Should be Toledo basketball. It is 16 on the shot clock.
Great job by Ivins, moving, crossing around her defender to get in front of her and get a tip on that basketball. She is doing a great job inside on Cook.
Wired out to Cook. Conowitz, ball was kicked by Ejim. No choice there as they kind of threw it right into her knee. Kara Goss, a senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, will throw it in. Here's Wired. They start with 20 on the clock. Lockett. Ball was deflected. Cook came up with it. Stokes poked it away from Lockett. Chance for GU. Ejim, what a catch and finish.
Look at the ground she covered in that drop step there.
Ejim with 17. Sorry, Michelle.
Talk about an All-American move right there.
Backdoor cut. Lockett, great finish.
I think this Toledo team is a little bit thrown off by the length of the Zag guards. Their arms, they don't play with their hands down. They play with their arms up. That comes from a defensive-minded coach telling them to always get their hands in the passing lanes. And
what's crazy about Toledo, as AJ told us, is Strong lines up the 3. Ejim, another offensive rebound and another chance. Loose ball and a foul call. Toledo came back from 21 points early in the second half against James Madison to win by 11. This is not a team that shoots the 3-ball great.
No, it's not. They just penetrate. Like we saw that backdoor cut there by Lockett. They don't stop. They're constantly moving. But right now we haven't seen them hit much from the outside. They haven't been able to get anything going inside. But when they do, they're a force to be reckoned with.
They're 1 of 8 from behind the 3-point line to begin. That last foul called on McConowitz, her second. 9 fouls now on Toledo. Ejim going to work again. Hybens had it, taken away. Back comes Toledo. This is Kara Goss, number 22. And now Wired, nobody picked her up. 3 on the way, she could shoot them. Wired, a 33% shooter, but you can tell by that quality of that stroke.
Yep.
You can't leave her.
Exactly. It was beautiful, leaving her fingertips. And this is where the Zags need to dig in a little bit deeper here in the last 2 minutes of play.
Callie Stokes turned down the three. Maxwell created some space. Oh, I thought that was in.
That looked good to me, too.
Brennan out 2 of 5 from behind the line. Wired skip to the corner and off the hands of Goss. Pass too high, turnover number 9 on Toledo. 2:01 to play in this first half.
Yeah, 2 minutes here for the Zags. You want to make sure they get some quality possessions in here, get it back inside, keep this lead going into the half.
Maxwell. And a whistle, foul on the shot.
Yeah, Garcia got her arm on the way down from that shot.
And these are about as good as a gimme for Brenda Maxwell, 94.1%.
Yeah. Talk about putting your best free throw shooter on the line.
Zags is a team 6 of 7, now 7 of 8 in the game. Maxwell's first shot from the line. She hits them both, 40-25. My memory is correct. I think the Zags led by as many as 16 earlier. So it's encroaching on their largest lead of the game. Garcia turned down the three. Hollingsworth got there. Skip to the corner. Goss wanting the screen, got it. Should use the left hand all the way in, shot up and good.
And that's what they're good at. You see that last possession there, Toledo just spaced him out. Everybody was outside the three. They want to try to take you off the dribble, pull the bigs out from the inside.
Kaylin Trong left it short. Hollingsworth up for the rebound. And she is fouled in there by number 22, Kara Goss.
It's a great follow by Hollingsworth, you know. I probably wouldn't follow a Trong sister. I would assume that that ball is going in.
Right? Yeah. Get back on D. Eliza 2 points, 4 rebounds to this point. Emmy Renot, number 30. Just replaced Kara Goss for Toledo. Uniah Curry, number 24, on the floor as well for the Rockets. 42-27. Wired right to the rim, threw up the circus shot. She's fouled by Hollingsworth. And now she'll shoot free throws.
You know, that's the third time that Wired has made it all the way full court, rim to rim, and nobody's stepping up to stop her. That's where the Zags need to kind of talk defensively. If they need to switch, or a big needs to be sitting down there waiting to either block her shot or step in and take a charge.
But her drives to the rim have been so fast.
She's quick.
Right? But almost a bit out of control. I'm not even sure I'd defend her. I'm not sure she could make the shot anyways the way she's going at it.
Agreed. That's why it's just wait for her to come and knock you over. Just be in position.
Wired now with 8 points, make it 9. She leads Toledo at the moment, 42-29 our score. And now some pressure as Toledo will try to create a turnover. Gonzaga does a good job. A minute to play in the first half. Caitlin Trong with the basketball. Maud Hybens back on the floor for GU number 5.
Wow.
Egypt the catch. Great screen inside by Stokes.
Beautiful pass by Kaylin, right on the money to Ejim, who just all she has to do is turn and put it up.
Ejim now with 19 points to lead everyone. Wired as Maxwell fell down, missed the shot. Stokes the rebound. There's about 6 seconds difference between the two clocks. Kaylin will take it out. Lockett will stay close. Eight on the shot clock. Kaylin. Maxwell, open three. Missed another one. She'll keep shooting it. Now a chance. Lockett. Time on the clock. Got all the way to the rim and scored. And there's the horn. 44-31.
Lockett showed her skill right there, getting past 2-3 Gonzaga players with a little hesitation dribble just to have an easy bunny at the rim. Great job by Lockett trying to get her team a few more points going into half.
Tremendous first half for Gonzaga, but it's clear they're going to have to keep the pedal down or Toledo's going to run back into the game.
Yeah, it's that outside shooting. They need to get back to the inside-outside game. We need Maxwell to knock down one of those outside shots to kind of loosen things up so they can get going back inside. But all in all, great start for the Zags. They're just going to need to keep the pedal down, like you said, Greg.
Here's AJ.
All right, Coach, first half finish here in front of your home crowd. What stands out to you?
Well, I don't really love our defense right now. That kid is fast. They have players who can shoot it, but I don't think I don't know if we're getting too laned out or just not helping very well because they're getting to the rim kind of whenever they want to.
Now we know this team has come back before with large deficits. What do you guys need to do to make sure that doesn't happen in the second half?
Well, we need to guard better. I think we need to let the offense come to us a little bit. I think partway through that second quarter, we looked like we were going one-on-one too much, and then we got to check out.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, AJ. And it's no surprise when you listen to Coach Fortier at these halftime interviews why this program is good. She has a different standard than the rest of the people say, because we're up by 13, looks good. They're shooting 52% for the game. And, no, we're not good enough.
No, defense isn't good.
Yeah. Halftime at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga leading Toledo 44-31. We're back in a moment. Brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino. Join us at Coeur d'Alene Casino for a mouth-watering steak dinner, pampering spa treatment, or the hottest games around. Coeur d'Alene Casino, a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home. And we are at the half, and we are courtside here between Gonzaga and Toledo. 44-31 the score. Greg Heister, Michelle Clark, and you know, we both have been around this Gonzaga basketball stuff for a long time now.
Yeah.
And Yvonne Ejim is going to be one of those players when we look back and say, where did she go? We're going to miss her dearly.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Look at her. I mean, moving baseline off the dribble against the other big for Toledo. She's grabbing rebounds, finding teammates, popping in shot on the outside when she sees it's an opening. I mean, that is just so difficult to defend. She's blocking shots. She is really that all-around player that you go, how do we find another one just like that to replace her, you know?
Yeah, and then she's a racehorse, right from end to end.
Yep.
Probably no big in the country.
No.
Maybe Angel Reese down there at LSU, who knows, is getting up and down the court as fast as she is.
Yeah, she runs like a guard, but she's big and strong inside who can play against any other big post player. She really is the full package.
So efficient, and you can see those little jumpers. The hands are so soft, but she was 8 of 10, 19 points, 6 rebounds, and she fouled out of that game the other night down in Pullman, and you can tell she came out here with a little extra, I think, this afternoon. I don't know that for sure, but it sure seemed like she came out here with a little extra. Kind of set the tone. She set the tone very early for Gonzaga.
Yeah, she really did. With her smooth jumpers inside and taking them off the dribble, you knew exactly what the game plan was from the very beginning, and Ejim just executed right from the start.
And your Gonzaga coverage of the game is brought to you by Primera, proud partner. Now look, Zag's defense take the ball, but look, there goes Ejim flashing through the frame. And then look, she's posting up on the low post before the ball even got to the three-point line. That's who she is.
That's who she is, and that's irreplaceable for the Zags.
And hard to defend. Good luck, West Coast Conference. We're at the half at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Back in a moment. By Idaho Central Credit Union, your financial success fan club. It's already been tough. On the road to begin at Montana. A pretty big regional rivalry. The Grizz loved the fact that Gonzaga was willing to come there, and they were ready. Tough win for Gonzaga. Then they go down to Pullman. And a tough one against a top 25 team, a team that won the Pac-12 tournament a year ago, basically the same team back.
Yep.
And then they turned their attention on Toledo today. And then it won't get a whole lot easier for Gonzaga. Of course, you know, they're used to playing tough teams. They've got North Florida, Wyoming, Liberty, a game against Alabama. Then they play Louisville. Right, and then they go at Eastern Washington, and then Stanford, at Cal, They're going to play Arizona this year, New Mexico. But this is all before they begin the West Coast Conference.
Yeah, talk about a preseason knocker. I mean,
yes.
They're really trying to set the tone for, hey, we want to play postseason basketball. This is what it's going to take. We got to come out early against some of these really good teams and show what they have.
It's a team that was 28-5 a year ago, 17-1 in the conference. They won their 18th conference title in program history, and they've been picked to win the West Coast Conference this year again with those 8 first-place votes. But 14 trips in the NC2A tournament overall last season. Their 6th trip to the tournament under head coach Lisa Fortier. This program is in rarefied air. One of the greatest runs, if not the greatest run, now in West Coast Conference history. Halftime continues at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Greg Heister, Michelle Clark, A.J. Howell will be back here in a moment. McCarthy Athletic Center. Greg Heister, Michelle Clark, A.J. Howell. Well, Gonzaga shot 52% from the floor. The three-point number, 18%. That's going to come up. Free throws, 10 of 11.
Yep.
They out-rebounded them. Points in the paint, dominated by Yvonne Ejim.
Yep.
Second chance points were big. Clearly a Gonzaga advantage, but as we've been talking about the whole first half, Toledo's been here at halftime. This doesn't make them uncomfortable at all.
No, not at all. I would like to see that points in the paint double by the end of this game for Gonzaga. They've done a great job. They want to continue to do that. And then, man, those rebounds, a lot of those were second chance points by Ejim, like you mentioned.
All right, here we go. There's Lockett exploding to the rim. Her first look in the half goes. 44-33.
And that's kind of how she ended the first half there. That's exactly what Coach Fortier was talking about there. It seems like they're getting to the rim whenever they want to.
And that was her easiest chance to get in there. Nobody really stopped her. Backdoor cut, great finish. Kaylee Trong. Lockett wanted to go to the post. Novoroski. Loose ball picked up, Kaylee Trong. First turnover for Toledo this half. Kaylin Trong now. Hollingsworth was looking at the rim. Zags did not shoot the three well in that first half, 2 of 11. Ejim wanting it. You probably heard that at home.
Yeah, you had to have.
And now she'll shoot free throws.
I think Maxwell was asking for the opposite side post to come up instead of screen, and Ejim just said, ball, I am open on the baseline. Give it to me.
That was pretty clear. I'd have been throwing her the ball.
I would be giving her the ball, too, after those first 2 quarters.
I was over here looking for one to throw to her. Yvonne now 4 of 4 from the line. 20 points. That's short. Her first miss. Wired up to Lockett. These two ladies love to push it. Zags defense was there. Hollingsworth with the defense. Loose ball grabbed by Lockett. Defense was there again for GU. And now Wired will reset. McConowitz, great cut along the baseline. No whistle, a lot of contact, bucket goes.
That was a good play there, and honestly, a great read, too, by Kaylin to just try to take it. Good no call by the referees. I thought maybe she had her feet set to try to take that offensive charge.
McConowitz with 4. It's a 12-point Gonzaga advantage. Kaylin Trong, bingo.
And that's what they need to come alive here to keep this lead. Knock down some of those outside shots. That's going to open up even more on the inside.
Kaylin now 1 of 3. Ejim clears the miss from Wired. Brenna Maxwell. Back to Kaylin. Kaylee Trong. Hollingsworth from 15. Ejim battling. Lockett got it. And a foul called
on Ejim.
It was on Ejim. I thought he put up the number 5 at first.
Yeah, I did too. That was, I mean, great pursuit of the rebound there by Ejim. She just got caught kind of out of position and putting a body on Lockett to draw the foul.
That's number 2 on Yvonne Ejim. First foul against Gonzaga this quarter. Wired wanting to go to the post. Nan Garcia setting the screen. Wired got in there. Hollingsworth made it really difficult.
Yeah, those long arms, that made it tough.
Bingo. Brenna Maxwell, boy, she needed that.
And there you go, the Zags coming alive from the outside.
Yeah, 2 for 2 from downtown this quarter. It's 53-35. If the threes start going, they'll begin to extend the lead. Lockett has it blocked by Ejim. Yvonne doing it all today for Gonzaga.
2 good defensive possessions there by the Zags.
Kaylee Trong left it a bit short. Wired. Again, it's Ejim back defensively. The step through, and they pin another foul on Yvonne. So that's 2 fouls here in the quarter, 3 overall. And this will put Yvonne Ejim on the bench.
That's just a tough break right there for Ejim. If we see that again, I mean, she did a great job of stopping a point guard in transition. It looked like a bit of a flop to me. There wasn't a whole lot of body there. I mean, just a tough break.
It was that last reach, but it was hard to tell if there was even contact with it. But it's academic now. I've never seen the officials change their minds.
I know.
It's weird like that. Wired now with 11 points for Toledo. She's having a good game. 4 rebounds, couple of assists, 53-37. Corner 3 on the way. That rimmed out. Hobbs earning that rebound was Nan Garcia. Lockett drives. Hollingsworth had it. Lockett picked it up, missed it. And Eliza clears the miss.
Gonzaga got lucky on that one. That Lockett missed that little putback.
Ibens wanting the ball inside. Still wanting it. Got the size advantage on Garcia. Shot over. Garcia 6 feet tall. Maude is 6'3".
I love the patience there. You know, she turns, she faces the rim, does a little jab step, notices her defender's hands are down, so she takes the shot. Nice and poised and under control.
Goss the drive. Ibens the foul. And a chance for 3.
And that's the difference right there, Greg. Okay, Ejim is out of the game. They're running these little rub screen cuts. Ejim, when she's in the game, she's able to step up and defend a guard and not let them get to the rim. When she's out, there's much more chance for them to turn the corner and get in. I mean, that's the type of player that Ejim is, what she can do on both sides of the court.
And that's why you're good at this. 16-point lead. Ibens picked up the loose one. So we'll see how long Yvonne Ejim stays on the bench with her 20 points.
Left Maxwell open in the corner.
Ball poked away. And it goes to Toledo. 5:19 to play in the third.
I love the consistent pursuit of the basketball by the Zags on all those offensive rebounds. They're either coming up with them or they're getting a hand on them. They're in there everywhere.
This is Cook. Lockett for 3 off the front of the rim. Ibens the rebound. Kaylin Trong, Maxwell into the corner. Kaylee faked the 3, drive. And I think she threw it off of Cook. So it'll be Gonzaga ball when we come back. 4:59 to play in the third here at the McCarthy Athletic Center. 55-39 Gonzaga. Local KHQ and SWX is the 11th ranked Gonzaga Bulldog men welcome the Eastern Oregon Mountaineers to the kennel for a non-conference matchup. Tip-off set for 6. Gonzaga men's basketball live Tuesday night on nonstop local KHQ and SWX. Your home for local sports. Greg Heister, Michelle Clark, H.A. Howell. It's been entertaining here today, but We're used to that. Gonzaga basketball is pure entertainment, by the way.
It is pure entertainment.
Just the styles that they play.
Yeah.
You know, they literally are just trying to, although the coaches will argue they're defensive-minded, they literally are just trying to outscore the opponent. Kaylee Trong.
Hey, you like to see that continued fire from outside the arc there by the Zags, keeping them alive while they've got Ejim on the bench.
And now I'm not oversimplifying the fact that they just like to outscore their opponent. Obviously they do. But it's the type of player they recruit. They love to score buckets.
Yes.
Boy, there's a great job by Yanaya Curry.
Yeah, Curry, I mean, what was that? 2 offensive rebounds. She had 3 looks at the basket there and then knocks the last one down to try to make it a 3-point play.
Cuts it to 17. I'm sure Coach Fortier had the discussion with her club at half about how Toledo loves to come out. They don't mind trailing at the halftime. Third quarters are a big deal. The Zags have come out here really strong to begin the third.
Great ball movement by the Zags as Toledo's kind of sitting back in a little bit of a 2-3 zone. Maxwell was ready. The second you could see it in her eyes. She was ready to shoot the ball before he even got in her hands.
Maxwell now 4 of 9 from behind the 3. And the turnover. Kaylin Trong lost it. Hollingsworth back defensively. And what a great play as Goss never really got the ball above the rim.
Kind of hard to make a layup over a tall player like Hollingsworth.
Zags up by 20. I believe the largest of the game.
Yep.
Hollingsworth will go to the free throw line as she's fouled inside by Lockett.
Great pass by Naya. Good court awareness to see Hollingsworth in position down low.
Galen Trong goes out. Callie Stokes, number 10, replaces her.
I love Stokes. She hasn't really gotten going in this game quite yet, you know, but she can come in with some great intensity for the Zags and give a much needed boost off the bench.
I agree. Esther Little checking in now for Eliza Hollingsworth. Callie just one of those players that she'll do anything you ask her to do.
Yep, she's one of those tough-nosed kids.
Renat. Toledo needs a bunch of those.
Yeah, that was a big one for them. They need a few more to fall down.
Zags are 4 of 6 this quarter from behind that three-point line.
Great job by Little. Look at, they're in that 2-3 zone. It's amazing what a pass fake can do in a zone, and you let him shift, and then you see the open pocket. She delivered right on the money.
Young Pups getting it done. Wired. Jump shot short. Cook. Great job on the offensive glass.
A good battle inside by Cook to hang with that one.
Kaylee Trong. And a travel called on number 13, Naya Ojukwu. Turnover number 2 this quarter for GU. Cook wide open inside.
Same play. That was the exact same play they ran the last time. Cook missed it and was able to get her rebound put back. But it's that backdoor rub that Gonzaga's getting beat on.
Ivan's getting ready to check in for GU. Cook just took it away. And now the run out. And it's 65-50 with 2:04 to play here in the third. And now Toledo feeling good about themselves with a long way to go. We'll see if Ejim and Hollingsworth find their way back to the floor when we come back. Toledo not done yet, are they? 65 Delta Dental. Hello. We're on a mission to help make Washington State 100% cavity free. To learn more, visit cavityfreewa.com to see how we are making a difference in our community. Brought to you by Delta Dental of Washington, proud supporters of Healthy Smiles and your Gonzaga Bulldogs. A lot of smiles. Toledo with a few more during that timeout. They went on a 6-0 run in 40 seconds.
Yeah, all by Cook. You know, stealing the basketball from Gonzaga. Just unforced errors. That one right there, that's an unforced error that is unneeded. It's just come down and play sound basketball fundamentals, especially right now, you know, towards the end of this third quarter, one more quarter to play. You can't make errors like that.
Yeah, Hybens just pushed off to create space. Goss, 15 on the shot clock. Cook, long way away. Minkowitz into the corner. Goss for three, that's short. Cook battling, lost it out of play. Whose ball is it? Goes to Toledo with 1 on the shot clock.
Well, what kind of play would you run here, Greg? 1 on the shot clock. Throw it up to
Yeah, seriously, like
Cook?
Well, I don't know. Like, it depend. You got Hybens on her.
Go.
That's almost a no-win possibility there.
I would run a little block-to-block rub screen and toss it up to your most athletic player.
Somebody down the lane and just throw it up and let her tip it to the rim. Go for the offensive board. Hybens. And now Stokes. Zags have lost their edge here a bit. They've got to get the concentration back.
Yep. We got Ejim back in the game.
Wanting high-low, but Cook fronting Hybens. Trong from the corner. Kaylee Trong from downtown.
And the outside shots are still open for GU.
Kaylee, actually the Zags 5 of 7 this quarter. Great backdoor cut, great finish by Emmy Renat.
That's a little Princeton 1-4 high trying to get off the rub screen or a backdoor. That was nicely done by Toledo.
It worked. Ejim left wide open. They don't think she'll shoot it. Kaylee Trong, back-to-back threes for number 11.
And she looks over at her team on the bench with a big smile on her face.
Yeah, really good. 5 on the clock. Cook, does she realize it? Hybens slapped it away, and that'll do it. That's how that third quarter ends here in Spokane. Gonzaga up 71-52.
Great job by the Zags ending that one out. Nice, good plays defensively, knocking it down on the outside with big smiles going into the fourth quarter.
Lido. Beautiful late fall shot. Is it winter yet?
I know.
No, December 21st. Isn't that
yet.
the official start of winter?
We're
right?
still in fall.
Yeah. Fans are happy. They should. Their Zags are up 71-52. A lot of energy in the building here this afternoon. High hopes for the Zags. They've been getting a lot of votes in the AP and the coaches polls. Top 25. This is clearly a top 25 team in the country. Might be around 15. They're good. With Yvonne Ejim, they can match up, I think, physically with the teams with big posts.
Oh, yeah.
And then their ability to shoot, and they have great ball handlers. Their defense, Ejim missed it, but a foul is called. She'll shoot free throws. You agree with that?
Absolutely, I agree with that. I think where some people would try to contend and say, I don't know, Ejim's not a real true post, but I would say that's what kind of gives them the advantage, right? She's not the big, create a ton of space, but she's agile. She plays like a guard, but can defend any post player you put on her.
Certainly can. Yvonne now with 21 points. She's 8 of 10 from the floor. She is 6 of 7 from the free throw line. She's got 7 rebounds, 4 assists. I love that number as much as anything. She's dropping dimes. Wired down the lane, left hand, too hard. Hollingsworth clears it.
Great defensive play there by the Zags, not trying to block her shot, just taking it. Looked like Kaylin tried to take the charge, but didn't get the call, but still came up with the rebound.
And I think this is Maxwell. Boy, she's got a quick trigger.
Yeah, she does.
I think this Gonzaga team, although they may not have a great individual defender, they play good team defense. We're seeing that on display here today. Toledo shooting 40% for the game. This is a conference champion NC2A tournament team. And they've held them to 40% from the floor. Yeah,
that's huge. I mean, a team that's used to scoring 60, 70 points a game. I mean, this has been Gonzaga's MO, right? That's what Coach Fortier preaches all the time is team defense. And, man, they have nailed down the scouting report on Toledo and have executed very well defensively against them.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of Zag jerseys in the paint when the ball goes in there.
Yeah.
Stokes lost the handle, picked up by Wired. The drive and a chance for three as Stokes gave it a good shot. Let's make sure she's okay. She went into the stanchion pretty awkwardly.
Trying to chase her down to get in front of her. Just got turned sideways there. You know, if there's an area where the Zags can grow in this season, I would say it's some of the players coming in off the bench and making sound decisions, right? So we saw the turnover by Stokes. She had a few others. Little came in the game and had 3 unforced turnovers, you know, that shouldn't have happened. That's where they can stretch. That's where they can grow. Is if their bench players come in and they add some sound minutes to the team and make good decisions and good plays, that's where they can separate themselves, especially come tournament time.
Foul called there on Toledo. That's 4 this half, 2 this quarter. That was on Sammy McConowitz, a senior from Rossford, Ohio. Kaylin to Kaylee. It's only taken about 4 years to get that straight.
I still have to double check the roster every time.
Yeah, just to be sure,
just
right?
Just to be sure, you know?
Yeah, not quite positive. Stokes with a drive. And she'll shoot a couple of free throws.
Great job by Stokes. You know, there was nothing really available, but she went to the basket hard and got herself to the free throw line.
Kelly, a redshirt sophomore now from Redondo Beach, California. Played in 29 games a year ago. Missed them both, but battles, earns the rebound, and the putback goes.
Toledo forgot to block out the shooter.
Well, I don't know. Would you substitute a field goal and an offensive rebound for 2 free throws? I think most players would. Garcia, you can see the conversion on the ball on the post. Hollingsworth was there, Ejim was there, and Kaylee Trong down there, but foul call.
I think that foul's going to go on Ejim. That's her 4th.
It is.
You know,
so Yvonne out.
That's what's going to be difficult for the Zags. You know, we saw it in the WSU game as well. When Ejim gets in foul trouble, it makes it difficult. She changes the game for the Zags on both sides of the floor, defensively and offensively. And she's going to need to stretch this year and make sure that any foul she does get is a smart foul.
Yeah.
Easier said than done when
it
you're
is.
a big player, I know.
Because, you know, there's that fine line. You want your players to be aggressive. You want them to be physical. It takes great discipline. And then when the scouting report says that go at Yvonne, she's prone to pick up personal fouls.
Yeah.
Now every team begins a game. That is one of their strategies to pin early fouls on her.
Yep, go at her.
Buckets.
Good pull-up jumper.
Buckets.
Great pull-up jumper.
Goss on the baseline. Kaylee had her pinned. Hybens poked it away as they tried to go to Garcia. Another chance for the Zags. Kaylin Trong, 3 on the way, rimmed out.
I think she thought about that one a little bit too long.
Ball deflected as they attempted to go to the post to Yanaya Curry, but off a zag. 6:44 to play. Well, I have to be honest. As Lockett drives, defense was there by Stokes. Not quite the game I was expecting preparing for this one.
No, same here. But you know what? You called it as far as Lockett driving in on those, you know, rim. Like, all you got to do is stand there, stand straight up, because they're kind of out of control. You don't need to try to block the shot or foul. And really, they've missed a ton of bunnies around the rim, and Gonzaga's done a great job of just playing sound defensively and standing straight up.
And then it's the athleticism of all of Gonzaga's bigs.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they counter with Hannah Novorosky, 6'5" senior, just a different type of post player than what Gonzaga has.
Yeah.
You got to be able to run all 5 positions if you hope to beat the Zags.
Yep.
6:33 to play. We're back in a moment. Brought to you by Multicare Health System. Whether you're at home or in the kennel, Multicare's team of doctors, nurses, and specialists partner with you all season long. And our Gonzaga Hoops play of the game looks like this. Stokes the deflection. Trong with her head up, and look who it is running the floor.
Surprise, surprise. Yvonne Ejim running the floor and knocking down the bunny.
That's just 2 of Yvonne's 22 points in this game. And oh so efficient. 8 of 10 from the floor, 6 of 7 from the line, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. They were just looking at this foul to see if there was an upgrade. Okay. Thank you. So just a common foul on Nan Garcia did not rise to the level of an intentional foul. So the inbound play coming for Gonzaga. Caitlin Trong. Brenna Maxwell from 15. She's still not quite, Brenna, that is, still not quite where she's going to be.
No. No, not yet.
And that's the problem when you shoot 48% one season.
I know.
Right? The standard is so high.
Yep.
It's not like she's shooting, she's 4 of 10 from the three-point line. 40%.
Right.
In anybody's book, that's great.
Yeah. She does have a great shot selection. And she's just a great shooter, too. She's got a nice stroke.
Great look. Hybens is fouled, but Caitlin Trong again showing the versatility in her game.
Such a great court awareness, and not only that, but she gives her teammates the ball right in their pocket, you know, so all they have to do is just step up and shoot.
Oh boy.
She's gonna shake that one off.
She's smiling.
Coach says, come here and talk to me for a second.
She's got hockey in her. Maud Hybens at the free throw line. But credit to Caitlin Trong. I mean, obviously she leads Gonzaga in scoring, but she's also getting her teammates involved. She's unselfish with the ball.
Yep.
Just a winner, just a flat-out winner.
I think her first look is always assist, is always pass, right? But then that's why she's made herself so dangerously good, is that she can score too. She can shoot it.
Lockett. Great touch pass, but missing it is Novorosky.
Novorosky's had a lot of looks inside that she hasn't been able to convert.
1 of 5 from the game. And a foul in the paint. And it's on number 33, Sammy McConowitz. And McConowitz just fouled out with 4 points, 1 of 4 shooting, 2 rebounds. Her day is done.
You can see the frustration as her coach is talking to her about her game, about her fouls, I'm sure, how she can get better.
Hey, look, partner, this is an impressive win.
Yeah, it is.
We've seen a lot of wins in this building.
Yeah.
This was an impressive win for Gonzaga. And it's not just that they're going to win, it's the way in which they won.
Yeah.
They did not hang their heads after that tough one a few days ago, and they had to find the emotional get up again for a team that could lay it on you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, honestly, hats off to the coaching staff for Gonzaga on this game as well, because this was a well executed. Got a hit on the eye on Cook.
Yeah, Maud Hyben's feeling badly about it.
Ooh. But, you know, coming out of the loss, WSU, coaches put together a great game plan, and you could tell Gonzaga ladies just came out and executed on both ends of the floor right from the start.
We'll see that poke right there.
Okay,
Okay, so they're going to go take another look to see if this rises to the level of intentional foul on Maud Hybens, who right away put a hand up and took responsibility for the slap to the forehead.
I don't think it should. I mean, they're going after the ball, which is the ball was at the forehead, you know.
Certainly wasn't intentional.
No. I've seen much worse intentional fouls than that.
Let's take a look at the Mid-American Conference preseason poll. I think we talked, you know, Toledo came in having gotten back to the NCAA tournament for the first time a year ago since 2017. They won their 11th MAC title overall, and they are picked to win it again ahead of Ball State, Kent State, Bowling. Look at those names.
Yeah.
I grew up kind of in the Midwest, so all these names, I'm like, oh my God, Akron's always good. Bowling Green, Kent State, Ball State.
Yep.
Like, there's always some really next level basketball, both on the men's and the women's side.
Yeah.
Really good coaches.
That's why, you know, we were saying earlier, some of the people in the McCarthy Athletic Arena right now might not know how good these guys are. You know, and Gonzaga really has owned the tempo of this game right from the get-go and done a great job of executing their game plan against a very, very good Toledo team.
Maud Hybens' reaction is fantastic. The officials are still over there looking at it. I mean, she definitely slapped her in the head.
Yeah.
There was no intent, but I'm not sure intent works into the equation.
Yeah.
And their conclusion is being factored right now. And I'm sure we're going to get an explanation. They're doing a great job keeping us informed over here. Okay. Thank you very much. So it does not rise to the level of intentional foul on Maud Hybens, but it is a personal foul. That's her fourth. So she and Yvonne Ejim now with 4 personal fouls for Gonzaga. Cook back to Wired, 8 on the shot clock. Wired off the glass, Ejim another rebound. 8 rebounds for Yvonne Ejim, 22 points and 8 boards. And she lost the grip, and Lockett with the run out. 15 turnovers for GU. That won't make Coach Fortier happy when she looks at the score sheet.
No, she's not going to like that one. That was just a bad break.
Kaylin Trong, bounce. Hyben's not there. But a heads-up play by Claire O'Connor, but missed the shot. Kaylin Trong tipped it to herself. What's going on out there, Michelle Clark?
I don't know. Just basketball players playing backcourt basketball is all.
It's like they're out in the driveway.
Yeah. No referees. They're just playing street ball. Hey, but you know what? Credit to them keeping it alive.
Yeah, sure. You'll find a way.
Yep. The possession still remains Gonzaga.
So Caitlin Trong at the line, Let me just read. She's an AP All-America honorable mention a year ago, preseason All-WCC. She's up for the Becky Hammond Player of the Year award, and also the Nancy Lieberman Award watch list for point guards in the country. She hit 94 three-pointers a year ago, which is a Gonzaga record. They're going to have to find another page in the media guide, I think, for Caitlin Trong.
Yeah, she's a very sound basketball player who just does all the right things.
8 on the shot clock. Cook shot falls off. Yvonne Ejim. Another rebound. She's got 9. She's a rebound away from a double-double. And a whistle and a foul away from the ball. And this will go on Jessica Cook. And 2 shots coming from Maud Hybens.
You know, Hybens has had a really solid game today, too.
Yeah, I agree.
Her and Cook have battled hard inside, and she's made some great plays. She's knocked it down at the free throw line.
You jinxed her?
Dang it. I knew it. Right as I was saying it, I could hear my son in the back of my head going, Mom, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Be quiet. There we go.
1 of 2 for Hybens.
Sorry, Hybens.
She's 4 of 6 in the game. 8 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Ejim poked away by Kaylee Trong. Foul is called. She doesn't agree.
But great job by Ejim against Lockett, who's a great player who has gotten a lot of, layup looks at the rim, but Ejim's there and stops her, and she's got nothing. See Ejim moving her feet, arms straight up the whole time. Lockett has nowhere to go. And then we guess Kaylee gets stuck with the foul.
Kaylin Trong just went out. Peyton Muma, number 3, replaced her. Goss's shot, missed it. Nobody boxed her out. Put back is good. So how aware are the coaches over there about stats? Do they know that Ivana's 1 rebound away from a double-double? Is that why she's still on the floor?
That's a good question. I doubt.
It's possible, but it's doubtful.
Now I'm trying to look and see. I bet one of the assistant coaches is tracking and knows it.
I wonder. And there she goes, Yvonne Ejim to a roar.
Great.
22 points, really set the tone from the opening tip for Gonzaga today. She was not going to let her team lose.
No, she wasn't, and she was doing it on both sides. We didn't talk a whole lot about it, but defensively, she was closing those driving lanes. Offensively, you already read it off, everything she did.
And I should clean it up. She just went out because that was her 5th foul.
Yes. Yeah.
Didn't realize it was against her, but that's her 5th foul. So Yvonne is done for the day, but what a game it was. With 3 minutes to play. Hollingsworth. This is Peyton Muma. Not seen her yet this year. 29 games a year ago. O'Connor. Hybens. Hollingsworth, great catch. And somehow under the bucket got it off the glass and in.
That's a tough pass. That's usually one of those passes that the coach is saying, no, that's not it. And then it goes through and you go, oh, okay, give it a little clap.
From the corner, good looking 3 there. Emmy Renaud. Hybens. Claire O'Connor, freshman from Bellevue, Washington. Deflection by Lockett, 14 on the shot clock. Naya Ojukwu will come in for Maud Hybens. She's done for the day. So Eliza Hollingsworth is out there with a bunch of pups.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm excited to see some of these pups get some action here. O'Connor, and even though it's late in the game, this is their chance to kind of still say sound, basketball, but show McCarthy Athletic Center what they got.
And also just to get over the anxiety, the nerves, right? Because that is a process, I think, for all young players, so that maybe 10, 15, 20 games down the road, if you are called into a crucial situation at the end of a quarter or at the end of the half, you're not walking in there having never been there before.
No, that's a good point, Greg, and you're absolutely right. Yeah, getting your feet wet feeling those nerves kind of come down and settle a little bit. That's a conditioned response that only takes moments like this to understand them.
Hollingsworth, Ojukwu, 2 on the shot clock. Ojukwu caught the missed shot, but you heard the shot clock violation. Kaylee with the heave. She's now at 21 points on 8 of 14 shooting. Lockett. I think Toledo's going to go home with a different idea of basketball, not only at Gonzaga, but in the West Coast Conference.
I agree.
Right? I mean, you have to after
yes.
After this.
Yes. I think their coach is going to say, all right, you felt how quick of basketball they play over there on the West Coast. Hey, if they can bring half of that to their conference, I mean, that championship's in the bag again.
I mean, when you consider they ended their season last year, well, almost ended it, but with a victory in the NCAA tournament against Iowa State.
I know.
You got to figure they come in thinking we can beat anybody if we do it right.
If you do it right, yeah. The hard part is that, they never could get into a groove. Gonzaga just came out right from the start playing their style of basketball. Yep.
Fast, too, up and down.
Yep. And then Toledo just couldn't match the speed. They missed some bunnies, just easy looks that could have kept them in it. And then, the stretch just kind of continued. They brought it to within 15.
Yes. And they still have 4 players in double figures.
Yeah.
It's just kind of where Gonzaga is offensively in this program. I mean,
yeah.
Toledo basically would have had to come here and score 90 points today to win.
Yeah.
You're not doing that on the road.
No. Not against a very good defensive team like Gonzaga, too.
O'Connor. Skip to the corner. Muma calling for a screen. 10 on the shot clock. Ball was deflected. Back come the Rockets. This is Goss. Ojukwu running the floor like a Zag Big does.
For a second, she looked like a volleyball player up in the
agree.
air like that. See her get up. Woo.
Came out of nowhere.
If she would have taken that left arm off of her, she would have gotten away with the block.
Nan Garcia checking back in for Toledo as Jessica Cook goes out. Kara Goss at the free throw line. Now with 15 points. Gonzaga is going to hold Toledo under 40% shooting for the game. Speaks to their defensive effort in the game.
Yeah, it really does.
While shooting 52.8%. Muma with some quickness. O'Connor. Oh, off the glass, will take it. Claire O'Connor from downtown.
Heck yeah, you'll take it off the glass. It doesn't matter, right? That's the getting your feet wet a little bit.
Yes. And you saw the little smile on her face as she acknowledged that it kissed the glass. And she clears the miss. Muma with the drive. Peyton Muma has got that shiftiness in her game. I remember that from a year ago, too.
Yes.
She's got a couple of different speeds.
Hey, and you know what? She gets to learn from the Trong sisters.
Oh, yes.
Look at that 3. Either way, it went in the net. It doesn't matter how.
The score sheet does not remember Banks.
Nope. It sure doesn't.
It says 1 for 1. Muma with a couple of points. 23 seconds to go.
91 points.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And just to let everybody know, we will have a live interview. We're going to effort an interview with Yvonne Ejim. So you're going to want to stick around for that as these final seconds tick away. She'll be joined with A.J. Howell. At least somebody will. I'm going out on the limb. That's a nice finish by Cadence Dykstra, a freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And that's going to do it. 91-70. Zags now 2-1 on the season. And they put that bitter taste after the loss to Washington State behind them with an impressive victory today. Not just that they beat Toledo, we would have been impressed if they beat them by 3 or 4.
Right.
The Rockets were never in this one.
This is a solid win for the Gonzaga program. Toledo's a great team. They're going to have a great conference play. They, are going to look to try to make the NCAA tournament again. So this is a good win early for the Zags at home against a good basketball team.
Zags with 4 in double figures. Eliza Hollingsworth finished with 10. Kaylee Trong with 21. Yvonne Egypt led him with 22. And Brianna Maxwell had 14. So that's what you got to love about the Trong sisters.
Yeah.
Kaylin, the reigning player of the year of the West Coast Conference, but it's her sister dropping 20 plus today.
I know, right? I mean, come on, how do you defend that if you're a team coming up against the Zags?
You can't. You just say, look, if you see Trong on the jersey, you don't leave them, period.
Yep.
Time now to announce tonight's player of the game, presented by A to Z Rental. No job is too big or too small. With 8 convenient locations, we rent everything. Let A to Z Rental be your most valuable player, and it is Yvonne Egypt. 8 of 10 from the floor, 9 total rebounds, 22 points, but 4 assists, and a couple of blocks as well. And let's go to A.J. Howell now. Hi, A.J.
Hey, Greg, you said it. 22 points, 9 rebounds, 1 shy of a double-double. But what was clicking for you that you were able to just handle this defense and be so dominant?
I think just the way we executed really just made stuff flow. It got me open. It got my teammates open. It made it easy to pass to people, easy to get open. I feel like we created a lot of advantages, and that's what really worked for us today and for myself, too.
So Coach was saying that the level of experience on both teams, it was kind of like you guys were getting ready to play yourself. What does a win over a team with this amount of experience do for you guys moving forward?
It just gives us another great challenge. I mean, we have amazing teams that we're playing this pre-conference season, and Toledo's one of them. They had a lot of experience. They had a lot of really good players on their team as well. So just being able to compete and play with them, it's just another motive for us to keep going and get ready and get better each day.
Thanks. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Guys.
CJ. She's fun. 91-70, Michelle Clark. Wrap it up. Put a bow on this.
All right.
What do we see here today?
We just saw great execution by the Zags. Honestly, I mean, hats off to the coaching staff. They had a great game plan, both defensively, how they're going to defend a great Toledo team, and then offensively, how they were going to execute their Gonzaga basketball. And, we heard Coach Fortier at halftime. She didn't like some of the defensive things. They cleared it up in the second half. And, man, great win early on in the season for the Zags. They got to feel good about it.
And, we're so spoiled in Zagville. It doesn't matter if it's the men or the women. The men with a great win Friday night as well, and now this win.
Yeah.
We're spoiled.
I know. We really
we're
are
just so spoiled. It's crazy.
I'll take it, though.
Oh, no, totally. I want to sit here and say, wow, this was fantastic. Yes, of course it was fantastic. That's what happens at the McCarthy Athletic Center. All kinds of fantastic things.
Yes.
And it's over and over and over again, and I'm totally not bored by it. 91-70 is the final. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. Gonzaga now 2-1 on this season after a great victory today. For A.J. Howell, Michelle Clark, I'm Greg Heister. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there, past, present, future. Thank you for your service. We all owe you so, so much. 91-70, the final today at the McCarthy Athletic Center, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy it. This Zag team, again, pretty darn good. We'll see you next time.